Swoops dancing for the win. Texas is back, folks.
It again, trying to stretch to the edge. What a hurdle by Jackson! Highlight reel touchdown! Lamar Jackson does it again. Rozier going to take a shot, and it is caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! Darrell Langham with the grab. Canes in front. 6 seconds left. Mike Hughes with a head of steam. And Mike Hughes, the kicker to beat. Do you believe it? Knights take the lead on a Hughes touchdown.
Auburn wins the BCS National Championship.
Line drive punt taken at the 40. That's Adams. Trying to reverse this field. But everybody's staying home. Now he does a tightrope act. Boy, Houdini's in the house. Wearing number 3. And nobody's home to watch that house. Touchdown, Hogs! Holy Hogs!
3rd down and 6. Armstrong for Westerkamp again, and he caught it behind his back.
Looking, throws the ball, got a receiver. There's a catch made on the near sideline. Down the right side, 35-30. It'll be Galloway down the sideline. He's going to score! He's going to score! He's going to score! It's a touchdown! How by?
Wow. Michigan at the 41. What a hit! Ball's free on the ground. South Carolina deserves to have it, and they do.
Clowney just says, I'll take care of business right here.
Here's Scott. First down and more. He cuts back. He could go. Jeff Scott. Could he? Are you kidding me? Jeff Scott is great Scott. 75-yard touchdown run. Collapsing. Peters steps up. Tossing for the end zone. Naturbebe is there. As Peters on the roll, floats it for Naturbebe, who's got it down the sideline. Stiff arm team, and Naturbebe is going to take it 83 yards for the touchdown. Corbin with the carry, cuts it back inside the 5, into the end zone.
There it is.
Looking that direction, and it's intercepted. He threw it right to Sidney Brown, and Brown would root down the sideline. Brown, he's going to take it all the way for the touchdown.
Right,
Looking for the end zone, throwing, it's caught. Daniel Barker, touchdown. McMillan launches down the middle for McCliskey, and it breaks free. Jalen McCliskey, touchdown. They take the lead.
There's Josie, got the first down, breaks free, midfield, foot race for the end zone, 20, 10, hello, touchdown.
Mon, end zone, caught, Courtney Davis. Thing to find, jump ball to the end zone. Rodgers, I think, made that catch, and there's a flag. Wow. Got it! It's Rodgers! The Aggies win the game of the year!
Right now tonight.
Here's McCaffrey giving way, and it's a reverse back to Hogan. How about this from Stanford? Did he catch that pinned against the defender's back? That is utterly incredible!
Conroy, it's a fake. Bates is going to throw. Oh, touchdown! Michigan State wins it in overtime.
Boykin throwing too tall. It was caught in. Green caught it. Do you believe it? Aaron Green off for the deflection.
Lead Walker, he's into the secondary. Spills that guy, sheds that one. Another touchdown for Leonard Fournette. 4-man Alabama rush. Got him. No, they didn't. Oh, my gracious.
Yep.
How about that?
Seconds. He's going to throw it. Howard leaps. He has it. Touchdown. Carolina.
back from the dead.
From the pocket on 3rd and 6, flips it backwards to Barkley, hurdles a man and makes a first down. What did you say before, Superman? Come on. McSorley across the middle, touchdown! Jawan Johnson, Penn State wins it, a walk-off touchdown.
3-0 Iowa.
Oh, what a play! Make it 4-0 Iowa!
Book, coverage on the end. What a grab! Boykin, still on the street. Happy New Year, Irish! Earthquake! He hit it! Dicker, the kicker. Greer lobs it in the air. Oh, what a catch, Gary Jennings! Touchdown, West Virginia. Greer in the gun. Greer quarterback run. Greer, he got it. Touchdown. 2-point conversion for West Virginia. Steps up, throws, and he completes the pass to Sterling Shepard, who drops the ball. The flag comes out. And this
Jackson flips it short, quick, works free, fights, spins out of bounds, did not get there. Did not get there, came up a yard short as Marcus Edmond saves the game for Clemson.
Throw it up there. Kellogg's throw. It's going to be tipped and caught. It's caught. It's caught in the touchdown, Western Times.
Low snap, Sims deep into the end zone, double coverage. It is up for grabs. It might be, it's out of the end zone.
After further review, the ball was intercepted in the end zone.
At the 6-yard line to Anthony Thomas. Thomas already got a crease. There he goes, and there he goes. He's gone. 94 yards on the opening play. Touchdown. First down.
I don't know what.
Spike in the end zone. Touchdown. Whoa. Jordan Leslie. The legend of Josh Rosen.
Francois to throw for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Laquan Murray.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that itch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that itch. We claw with our fingernails for that itch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that itch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that itch. Because that's what living is. There's 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're going to see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?
I do what it takes. Ain't worried about it. They slip. Confidential when I'm dealing with Snake. I lost my dog. Diamond collar with a pick of his face. Man in Spain, circle back to the bay. Hey. Hit a lay in the hill with the grade. I say eeny, mine, mo. Catch an apple like a fish. Don't let him go. I say if they try to holler, let me know. Gangsta moving silence. Get ready to go. See, I can't break the code for nothing. All black rosy just for stunting. Politics.
Oh, we're back. It's Sunday. You know what that means. It's father and son football podcast. What's up, Seth? How you doing, man?
I am doing great. What about you?
I'm wonderful. It's Sunday. You got a pretty good lineup of guests here today.
Absolutely.
Tell the people who your guests are.
All right, so I got my starting QB, Jeremiah Charles, and I got my boy Jamison Ransburg.
That's what's up. That's what's up. These gentlemen are seniors going into their senior year. You're going into your junior year. This is season 2, episode 3 of Father Plus Son Plus Football Podcast. We call it a radio cast. And we're looking forward to having an excellent time with these young men. Let me shoot you guys that are listening. Remember, hit your questions up on the social media site that you're listening to, because when you hit us up, I will read your comment. So long as you ain't, cutting up. If you cutting up too much, I might have to cut up with you. I'm just saying. I got the microphone. I'm just saying. Be careful how you cut up, because I get to get the last word in the cut up. And so, we want those of you who are coaching, be after it. We want to hear from coaches. Those of you who are coaching, coach the young men. Give some points. Don't be sitting back yelling at your screen, yelling at your phone while you're driving. I hope you're not driving and listening. Well, I hope you're not driving and texting. Don't drive and text. But hit these young men up with some sound solutions and some sound thoughts. Encourage them along the way. Seth, let's talk about our subjects for today.
Yes, sir. 2024 football schedule. We're going to be going over who we're going to be playing, who we believe is going to be. I put it like this: what games you definitely want to go to that are going to be the most packed, so-called rivalry games, etc., all that kind of stuff.
All right, and the next one is
new players with big upsides. So we have transfers, incoming freshmen, what they need to work on, what they need to do, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah.
All right, our next subject:
off-season recruiting and camps. We're going to be talking about what we did, how our off-season went, especially with Coach Moore, conditioning and all that. So yes.
So, that'll be cool. And I'm looking forward to hearing a lot about the camps and the recruiting that you guys did away from campus. I know you got one camp in this year.
Absolutely.
All right. Our next subject.
First day of pads,
Ooh.
which is starting Monday.
Monday. We ain't playing with it, are we? First day of pads.
No,
Then
no.
for commercial breaks, we're going to be doing film highlights.
Yep.
This is something new. So we have Jeremiah Charles, we have Jamison Ransburg, and even Seth. And I have downloaded. I got their huddle highlights. Go share them.
Yeah.
Go share them. I think they're worthy. Put them in the broadcast so that the coaches listening, the players listening later, they can get after. What's our next one, Seth?
Making teammates better.
All right, talk about that a little bit.
So this is going to be a growth aspect. So we're going to be talking about what we need to do, especially as leaders, what we need to do to lift up our teammates, especially when they're down. Even if we are up or we're high intensity, all that kind of stuff, how do we keep that flow going? All that kind of stuff.
Sounds good. And then we're going to wrap this thing up with listeners Q&A. So those of you who are listening, you have a question or you have a comment, again, hit it up in the comments. It'll pop up on my end. It's going to pop up. And then we going to pop off on it. That's all I'm saying. And then everybody will get a chance to do their teammate shout outs. I'm excited for these young men. I've been watching them for a while. I know their families very well. Seth, introduce each guest and tell us, why you chose each guest.
So these two, Jamison and Jeremiah, are one of the best leaders on the football team. People who aren't scared to just show out. People who just do their best, because they ultimately have a goal that they want to reach. So that's why I chose these guests.
All right, well, we got Jamison. His mic is off already. Jamison, what's going on, young brother?
Nothing much.
Glad to have you, man. Lean in a little bit so we can see that chocolate face. Go ahead, lean in. All right. Jeremiah Charles, unmute yourself, brother. How you doing, QB1?
I'm great, Coach. I'm great.
I'm glad to have you gentlemen on. We're going to have a good time. Let me tell you, I am looking forward to watching your guys' senior year. Real quick, before we go any further, we'll start with Jeremiah. Jeremiah, introduce yourself. Tell people who don't know you a little bit about yourself and your football knowledge. You know, what year are you? What your number is? Just get all that information up.
Okay. I'm Jeremiah Charles. I'm the starting quarterback for Monroe Catholic High School. I'm number 11. I'm going into my senior year, final one. Just got to show out, leave it all on the field. I don't want to go into the future having no regrets. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I play my heart out final year.
That's what I'm talking about. Then we also I've seen this young man since he was, little dude in spandex shorts running around doing the long jump for Oakland Powell. He's a phenomenal young man, and I'm really excited that you Seth get to play with him in football, because he has kind of like the same mannerisms. He's a no nonsense dude, and when he hits you, you've been hit. Jamison Ransburg, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well.
Good. Introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Jamison Ransburg, starting X receiver, starting corner. Just looking to leave it all on the field this year.
That's what's up. Now let's just start out this way.
Hold on. We're gonna need to put on the jar, because
it's for you.
Oh no, it's for everybody on the podcast now.
Explain the jar.
All right, so every what do we change it to? Is it 10 push-ups or
no? Ain't no physical. It's money.
It's money.
But they didn't know that, so you can't. For them, it's push-ups. But for you, it's cash.
You guys, it's push-up. For me, it's cash.
I'm not gonna some push-ups.
Okay.
For you, it's cash. So you don't do it on the broadcast. You can't like drop and give me 10 during the broadcast. We'd have to have cameras.
As soon as we get
feet.
to football practice,
yeah,
it's gonna be paid there,
and we'll film it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we'll put it on Instagram or something, on the team Instagram or something.
Mm-hmm.
That ought to be fun.
Indeed.
All right. Well, Seth, your guests got to introduce themselves. It is your broadcast with your father. So there are some people who may not know your number and stats. Give it up.
My name is Seth Evans. I am a junior now. I wear number 18, starting strong safety. I also play running back, but I'm not starting there. Going into my junior year, it's my first year as an upperclassman. I was at the low end of the totem pole. but now I'm starting to climb up to the top. Last season, I believe, if I'm correct, I had 93 tackles. I led the league in solo tackles. So, I got to try to get a repeat. I got to try to hit triple digits. So, let's go.
All right. Somebody's already ratted you out.
Not
He said, $1. I love it. If you guys hear him, if you the listeners hear him say, she said that's 2 now.
2.
What?
2 now. They're on you. That looks like that. I don't know if I can't prove it, but the name of the spelling of that name is Eric in the end.
Yeah, that is Eric.
Is that Eric?
That's Eric.
You guys did Eric on there. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Okay, Eric.
Eric is doing his thing.
Okay.
That's what's up.
All right.
Let's get to the first 2024 football schedule. Seth, what are we talking about here?
All right. We're going to be talking about the schools that we're going to be playing, scrimmaging included. Ooh, that was close. That was close. And what do we think it's going to look like for this upcoming season?
All right, who do you guys start off with?
We start off with St. Mary's.
August
30th.
All right, tell me you guys' thoughts. Who wants to go first? St. Mary's is first. You want to go?
First.
All right, I'm listening.
Put it like this. Last year, I'm just going to be straight up. I was a little scared. I was a little frightened because that was my first time actually starting on varsity for just put it down.
You still got to keep going.
That was my first time. I'm starting. I was, got the little jitters out. But now this season, I gotta really show out. I gotta really ball out.
Do you guys remember the backdrop of last year when you guys played St. Mary's? Do you guys remember that game?
Yes.
I know it's a game you want to forget. I understand. I think we scored 2 points in that game. But do you guys remember the backdrop that led up to that game? Do you guys remember what was going on behind the scenes?
We had COVID.
Behind the scenes, our team had just came off of COVID, so
we had
we didn't have the numbers that we would normally have.
Maybe 15, 14. 15,
yeah, it was wild.
Maybe 16 players.
And then there was a rule that if you didn't come to practice, you couldn't start. So even those who had, came off of COVID, they had missed a practice, right? Mandatory. Yeah. And then they couldn't start. So we kind of went into that game kind of like with a hand, maybe a hand and a wrist tied behind our back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happened.
Maybe a leg too.
Jeremiah Charles in particular, you weren't starting at quarterback. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts during that time. What was you going through?
I actually didn't even play that game. I was hurt from it was during one of the practices. I jumped and I landed wrong and hurt my knee. So I couldn't even it was kind of hard to walk. So I definitely couldn't run or play or anything. So I was definitely bummed out that I couldn't play. But yeah, the game was rough to watch. When you're watching from the sideline, this just it's so irritating because there's so many things where there's so many times where you just want to go in and you want to help the team out, but you can't. It's tough on the mental.
Real.
Yeah, that's for real. That's for real. So who's the second team you guys play this year? After St. Mary's, who do you have? Is it San Marin?
I believe it might be San Marin.
San Marin's a big time school. What are you doing to get prepared for San Marin?
Well, San Marin, for me, San Marin is one of the most important games just simply because there's going to be a lot of college coaches, a lot of eyes on that game. So I've been watching at least 45 minutes per day of San Marin just to try to watch and see their tendencies and study what they're doing.
I'm glad you said that. You talked about watching a lot of film on them, 45 minutes. What has you guys off-season workout? When you think about San Marin, what was your off-season workout like in preparation for a team like that? Because you're right, there's going to be a lot of scouts there, not necessarily for your team, although there should be, but that game can definitely cause a lot of recruiters, even more recruiters, to start showing up to your game. Talk about the process of the off-season and how that game will make sense. Anybody? Seth, you want to go first?
No, I'm gonna leave that up to the QB first.
All right, go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, your thoughts on the offseason?
What you said on the off season and like how
As far as your offseason, how was your offseason preparing you for these big games like San Marin?
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I just said it.
Oh wait, no, it's wrong. We have Salesian at second.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We'll go back. We'll still San Marin is week 3.
Yeah, yes.
But I want to hear your thoughts on San Marin since we're talking about it.
In the off season?
Yeah.
Like the work. Okay. So Coach Moore, you guys aren't probably familiar with him, but he probably ran me the most out of any coach, any workout, anything I've ever been to. Like this guy, he does not care how you feel. He doesn't care how sorry you feel for yourself because he understands what we need to do in order to be better and in order to be great. So he doesn't care what people like, how you're trying to cheat yourself, how sorry you feel for yourself. He understands what the goal is, which is to, you know what I'm saying, play during December. And he's going to do whatever he can to get us there.
That's dope. That's dope. And a lot of coaches can't get you there because they've never been there. He's been there and he's trained a lot of athletes to elite levels. His nephew in particular played in the NFL for many years. One of the most highly recruited athletes out of the Bay Area. So so the first home game is against St. Mary's. The first away game is against San Marin. Sandwiched in between them is game number 2, and it's at home.
This is personal.
Salesian. Talk about it. Why is it personal, Seth?
It's personal. Especially for me because last year in the playoff game, they didn't run on my side. If I'm correct, in like 82 plays, they didn't pass or run on my side at all for like 82 plays. So I was kind of heated on that. So I kind of had to like cheat down, try to go to the other side because I knew they're just gonna go to the other side, pick on some people over there. So I was trying to get some tackles over there. So
all right. We have a history with Salesian. Jameson, it's your senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you going to do to make sure that Salesian problem is a thing of the past? What are you going to do?
Like I said, I've just got to study film. Got to watch what we did wrong, see what we can improve on, and also watch their tendencies. But as Seth said, it's personal. My sophomore year, we got eliminated by them in the playoffs, first round. My junior year, we got eliminated by them, second round. So it's time to get our get back. We gotta show out.
Indubitably.
All right, let me do this. After you play St. Mary's, then you have Salesian, then you have San Marin away. You come back home for Livermore.
Popping them. Pop.
What's the deal with Livermore?
There's a lot to deal with Livermore. Keep it a buck. There's a lot.
Well, what's going on? Talk about it. This is where the controversies get dealt with. What's going on over at Livermore that the Livermore because you guys mollywobbed. Well, you didn't mollywop Livermore, but you handled it pretty well. Jeremiah had like 3.
You can say that.
Jeremiah had like 3 touchdowns. Y'all was popping them pretty good.
That was my first game.
That was your first game as a starting QB. Have you surrendered the starting spot since you got it? Not at all.
Sir.
Not at all. But why is Livermore so important?
It's just an important game for me. Somebody transferred from our school there. So you already know. If I'm correct, I have to go up against him. So if he gets the ball, it's either his helmet's coming off, he's gonna be on the ground, but he's gonna get popped regardless. If he gets the ball and I'm right there, I promise you, I'm popping him.
That's a challenge.
Word is bond.
That's a challenge.
I promise you.
I hear you. You know what I liked about Livermore? You know what I wish we could have stole from Livermore?
Those jerseys.
They're banned.
Yes, that too.
They're now, Jameson, talk about the Livermore band.
The Thizzle dance.
Yeah, their band was raw. Like I would say they almost college level because just the songs they was playing, the volume, could barely hear the coach getting the plays out. Their band was good.
Yeah. They was playing all kind of Oakland cuts.
Yeah.
You would have thought they were Oakland High the way they were out there doing their thing.
Playing Mac Dre.
They tried to disrespect us last year, though.
Say that again.
I said they tried to disrespect us last year, trying to schedule us on their little. I don't even know what it was. Like they had like police officers there. Ambulance, everything. Like
they had like the fire truck with the flag just going around. They had the band was popping off. They had alternative jerseys.
If I'm not mistaken, that was their homecoming game.
Yeah.
Oh, they scheduled you guys for their homecoming game?
Indeed.
Oh, you guys ruined that. You guys ruined that. The next game you guys have after Livermore is a home game against Berkeley.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be calm.
After Berkeley, though, you got to go on the road to James Logan.
Yo, indeed.
Give me your thoughts, Jeremiah, on James Logan. They lost their quarterback.
Yeah. Their quarterback transferred, which I was pretty sad about because, now he gets the last laugh, I guess you could call it, because they beat us last year. Because me personally, I wanted to get back, and I wanted it to be the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want them to have no type of excuse when we beat them.
Right.
No type of excuse.
Right. Now they can say, well, it's because we have a different quarterback. Yeah. You guys played them in some 7-on-7 matchups this all season, correct?
Yes, sir.
Jameson, how did those go against them? You feel they're the same team? Do you feel like they got better? What do you feel is there a difference in James Logan this year? They got a new head coach.
The quarterback play has a little something to do with it, but they still have really good athletes. So they're not something that we should just come into thinking it's going to be a free win, because they're going to fight.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I would say that's for a lot of the people. That's for a lot of the schools that we played. They might seem not as good, but they will still fight. They will still fight for their own teammates. So
all right. After James Logan, you guys got back-to-back games away. And you have after James Logan, you got to go to Castro Valley. What's our thoughts on Castro Valley?
Castro Valley.
And they got a new coach.
They have a new coach.
They do have a new coach.
Matter of fact, the coach at Castro Valley, if I'm correct, he was the former coach of St. Mary's last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So what are our thoughts on Castro Valley?
Still personal.
Castro Valley's like a neighborhood brawl. It turned into that after my freshman year.
Talk about it.
So freshman year, I was at corner. Last play, I got turned around. The receiver caught the ball and he took it home. And it became a whole thing around the school. Monroe versus Castro Valley. And after that game, it's just been a neighborhood brawl every year.
Nice. I like them backdrop stories. You guys have beat Castro Valley the last 2 games. I mean, those games ain't really been close. But they got a new coach. And that coach knows Monroe pretty well. All right. Then you guys come home to play San Leandro. Is that a trap game? You know what a trap game is, right? You guys know what a trap game is? I'll explain. So Castro Valley is a team that you guys usually beat. If you do what you're supposed to do, you guys have shown that you can beat Castro Valley with not a whole lot of problem. Again, it's going to be a good game. They got some fighters and they got a new coach. So who knows what they may do. But then 2 weeks from Castro Valley is Bishop O'Dowd.
That's personal.
You see how all y'all heads bobbing and weaving? Reason why I call San Leandro a trap game is because San Leandro is before you play Bishop O'Dowd. And if you're concentrating on Bishop O'Dowd, because let's just say San Leandro just didn't. I mean, do you guys remember last game? San Leandro?
Was it 35-0?
I don't know the score, but I know that their coaches in the end zone at the end of their game was like, anybody want to leave? I don't know why you want to leave, because anybody who's left here has never been successful going to another school. And I was like, pretty sure Jaden Bryant was at y'all school last year. He transferred to Monroe. He just ran 3 touchdowns on you. I mean, that's an example all by itself. Then all your cheerleaders came over to the Moreau side of the ball to say hi to Jaden and meet his new teammate. So I mean, I'm just kind of wondering. We do have evidence that somebody has left and transferred and done well. I mean,
all I remember, it was a shutout.
Yeah, did they score?
No.
Jeremiah, did you throw a big bomb to like Miles Moore during that game?
Was that the Livermore game?
Yeah, that was a Livermore game. Actually.
That was a Livermore game. Oh, I thought you did that against. San Leandro also.
I threw a deep post route to J-Mo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Said you got an interception in that game.
Yes,
but you got ran down.
Wait. Okay. Yes, I did.
You're faster now. You had track season. You're faster now.
11.39 is coming out of the bag.
You did that once.
Okay.
I mean, I like that you did it, but I mean, you got to do it more.
I still did it regardless.
I'm just saying.
Still did it regardless. We got a chat.
We got some in the chat. This is Coach John Hughes. He says both Castro Valley and San Leandro can be trap games if y'all don't stay focused.
That's true.
That's real talk. That's real talk. They can be trap games, and then you don't, and then you close the season out with Tennyson. That's senior night. Now, Jeremiah, Jameson, your senior night game, your last official regular season game in high school will be against Tennyson. I want to hear your thoughts. This is where your family shows up, and there's balloons, and they start the game a half hour late, so you can walk under the goalpost with your family and your leis, and you're walking all slow and stuff, and all the seniors. Are y'all thinking about that? That's week 10.
First, we can't lose at home. That's number one. Second, we can't lose in front of family. So we just got to run up the score. We got to show out.
And third, especially in front of friends.
Well, you know, last year when you guys did Tennyson, you guys was kind of whooping them up, and then they put all them big dudes in there because you guys kind of knocked out all their small guys. But y'all had some problems with them big dudes running that ball. I think they scored with them big dudes. Y'all was like, look, y'all started acting like bullfighters at the end of but y'all knew the game was over, though.
Suplex.
What about you, Jeremiah? You're QB1. Yeah. How are you feeling about this? You know, this is going to be your last high school year. You're not going to be able to recertify, and, you know, you're not going to be able to spend another year. How are you feeling about this, man?
I mean, every game, I'm just going to be watching tons of film. So I'm on all my cues. I'm reading everything. And I'm just going to, you know, because the more film that you watch and the more that you understand the defense, the slower, like, the play goes. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, it kind of all just slows down when you're reading it.
That's why film is so important. And I really get on young men about how much film time. Two things. Number one, if you're watching film, it's probably because you have Huddle. And your head coach, well, all of your coaches have access to Huddle. And all they got to do is go click the team page, and they'll know exactly how much time you spent watching film. And the success of your game oftentimes is determined and dictated by how much film you watch. You're right, Jeremiah. When you watch so much film, the game slows down. You know what they're going to do before they do it. And that's when their players go running to the sideline, yelling at their coach, talking about, Coach, they know all our plays. Well, you know, we watch film. That's what we do. Jesse Charles chimes in. He says, O'Dowd is personal, even more so after they walk across our field with the rate. I've been hearing a lot about this. I didn't witness this. Can somebody update me on this radio thing?
I really rather not, because it was really disrespectful.
Nah, we can talk about it.
But yeah, so
early.
They came into our stadium with a boombox on their shoulders, playing loud music and dancing in the middle of our field on our logo. And to be honest, the game, I'll say we lost the game before we even started, just simply because we let them get in our heads after they did that. Instead of going out and punching them in the mouth and making them regret doing that, we just let it happen.
Now, let me ask you a question, Jameson, because you're one of the senior leaders, and what you just said I find phenomenal. How do you keep your teammates focused when that level of disrespect manifests before them and family? How do we handle this?
Well, you just got to pull everybody in and make sure everyone is staying focused, not going off the rails, not doing too much, but that they're focused on the goal, which is to score, get stops, and win the game.
Nice. Coach John Hughes chimed in. His film study is 50% of preparation. I agree. If you go out at the varsity level, if you're playing football and you have not studied film at a high level, you're going out there blind. There's certain things you can know before it even happens, but you'll never know it if you don't watch film. EJ Hughes, he is an alumni. We always clap it up for the alumni. EJ Hughes, he says, y'all just got to take the season one game at a time and study each team and player, because you can point out what's going to happen before it happens. That's what's up. I got to put a star on that. That's alumni chiming in. He might be the first alumni to chime in.
Jesse.
Nah, Jesse.
Oh, Jesse.
Oh.
Which Jesse is this? This is
Nah.
Oh no, what?
Is this the father or the brother?
That's the father.
Oh yeah, so not him. We got a father chimed in, and a brother, and an alumni has chimed in. All right, let's move. Let's move from the football schedule. Here's the first up. We got Jeremiah. Here's our commercials, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Our first commercial is Jeremiah Charles, his highlight tape. Let's go to it. I'm gonna screen share that. Jeremiah Charles, bop. There we go. Look at that.
Oh, you cut him off from the bottom. Okay. Blade. Hey, look at the sun running. Yeah, he could not jump that high. 1, 2.
Oh.
That should have been a touchdown.
4.
Stick your foot in the ground. Come on now.
I'm blind.
Justin Jefferson. Brr. No pop.
There.
Trying to get a big hit. Come on now.
You put that in there. Bro. There you go, Tom Brady.
Try to get a little run over. Come on now. We just laid him out. R3. Hit stick, boomstick.
There we go. That's what's up. Jeremiah Charles. Victor James, he says, I guess I got to go to the O'Dowd game, to which Coach John Hughes responded, you got to go to all the games.
Why
Watches that game? Watches that game.
The young man said come to all of them.
So
come to all of them. Come to all of them.
Nah, he got, you know, he got a lot of people that he teaches. Probably got to, you know what I'm saying, balance it out.
Got to share the love.
No, I don't care.
Let's talk about you guys' team. Who are some of the new players with big upsides? Talk about some of your teammates this year going into the 2024 season. Again, this is Father plus Son plus Football podcast. My son Seth Evans. I'm trying to teach him the trade of media and invite his friends and other coaches and things of that nature to the platform. You know, to have some great conversations about football, especially prep football. You guys are students at Monroe Catholic High School in Hayward, California. You guys been playing together for the last 3 years. I guess Jeremiah and Ransburg for the last 4 years. So go ahead and talk about who are some of the new players. What new players should we be looking forward to on the varsity team or even on the JV team? Let me hear from you.
Now, Coach, when we say new players, can that also be first year on varsity?
Yes, whatever. Players shout out. Name me some players. Maybe their first year varsity, maybe their JV. Bring them up. Give them some props for what they've been doing this offseason.
Go
ahead, Charles. You go first.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Two of my offensive linemen, Taupa and Jasper, are some of the hardest working underclassmen that I've ever seen. Jasper is always pumped up to be on the field, always excited in the weight room. Taupa is probably the strongest sophomore that I've ever seen. He's benching, I think he benched like 300.
It was like 320.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this dude he's different. So, you know, I know I'm gonna be protected up front.
Yeah,
good stuff. It's always good to look over and see your lineman benching over 300 pounds. That makes you feel good about yourself. So you said Jasper Dury and Taupa Fioka.
Yes, sir.
All right. What about you, Ransburg?
I'm looking forward to watching RJ. He's incoming freshman or incoming transfer. Sorry, I'm pretty sure he's a 10th grader.
Yeah, he's
Sophomore. He's pretty good. Just looking forward to watching him grow as the season goes on.
Wonderful, Seth. What about you? What players are you? What player you want to highlight?
Well, you guys shouted out varsity. I'm gonna shout out some JVs. You know, I got Zion Dysart, Elijah Dysart, Khalil Lillard, and Jack. Those are some of the best. Well, yeah, those are some of the that I've seen the most hardworking young athletes that I definitely think will be brought up to be a part of development for the team. I definitely think that they'll help us on scout team just because of how quick they are. The Dysarts and Khalil went to the Junior Olympics in Texas A&M. They were there with me, so I think that would be a good asset to that.
That's good. Have you guys seen my new quarterback on JV?
I don't know his
Elias.
name.
Elias, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Elias is gonna be nice. Jeremiah, you got to take him under your wings, man. You got to take him all under your wings whenever you get,
Got to help him out.
Jesse Charles the fourth. He says you got to use those legs more this year and show that speed off. Talking to Jeremiah. Hey, Jeremiah, remember when you came out during track season, you ran the mile? You just coming out there to get some conditioning in. How fast did you run that mile again?
It was
Wasn't it under 6 minutes?
It was 5:30 in flags.
Right? 5:30?
5:30.
Yeah, it was like
that's pretty
5:35.
I thought it was
5:35.
pretty impressive.
Still
Because you're not a miler, but you came in there
Still
and ran.
5:30, J-Mo. Still
Yeah, it was
5:30.
nice. EJ Hughes, he says, for the highlight tapes, college coaches usually don't want music and put your best plays in the first couple of clips. Thank you, EJ.
Thank you.
This is why it's important to have alumni still engaged. Because I noticed that when I saw yours, Jeremiah, I said, I don't know if he's supposed to be out this writing, this pause, and all this music. But it's fun for the kids to watch. But I'm not too sure coaches like it. And here, EJ, who's going, he's in college playing college ball. He says, for the highlight tapes, college coaches usually don't want music and put your best plays in the first couple of clips. I got to have him on to talk about. One day I got to have him on to talk about, what the translation from high school to college to help more high school kids. That would be good. I got Hassan on here. He got Hassan. This is from highlights, I believe. Let's get to new comments.
Yeah, not Hassan Burchett.
Yeah, not Hassan. He's tapping in. He just got 2 brand new young ladies who signed with his sports label. That's what's up. We got Emmanuel York. Emmanuel York, one of the greatest, probably the greatest male athlete in the history of Madison Park Academy. That young brother is dope. He has a twin sister named Ella. I coached them while at Madison. They are stellar people and stellar athletes. John Hughes chimes in. He says, JV top newcomers will be Dysarts. Hope I spelled their name right. You did not. DY. That's all it is. DY. But that's probably how I would have spelled it too if I didn't know already. The twins and Khalil Lillard. That's who you highlighted, Seth. Elias is good. That's Coach Hughes. Elias is good. And then Victor James says Ransburg is about that action.
Oh yeah, well I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta get a t-shirt, Ransburg, that says bout it.
Got that BTA gear.
That's what I'm talking about.
BTA stands for
all right, let's go to off-season recruiting and camps. All of you, tell me a little bit. We'll go from Ransburg, Seth, then we'll go to Jeremiah. Tell me about your off-season. You're now 2 of you are going into your senior year. So you're polishing what you've done. 1 of you is going into your junior year. You're trying to extend yourself in front of recruiters. Jameson, let's start with you. What was your off season like as far as recruiting? Tell me about the camps.
This off season, I had the opportunity to go to Texas and perform at the TCU camp for 2 days. The first day, I'd say I did okay. Got the jitters out. But the second day, I say I really performed and did very well. And that same day, I had to go to the SMU camp and also performed very well there. So that was just a really good experience.
So tell me now, you just can't show up to these camps. Or tell me, do kids just show up to these camps? Did you just show up and perform? Or did you prepare to go to these camps? Because
you have to prepare. You have to prepare. If you're going to
talk about it.
There has to be some sort of preparation of footwork, working on your speed, all of that. You can't just show up and run off of hopes and dreams. Like, you have to work up to performing at the camp.
Yeah, I like that. You can't just show up. You gotta put some practice in before you show up. Because I've seen some of the footage that people put out there. It's never the footage they put out there. It's the highlight that somebody got on them. And I'm like, okay, that's your highlight. But what was that kid doing out there? What was they doing? And the worst thing that could happen to you at a camp and you go to that camp unprepared, you show up on somebody's highlight film. Because they gonna put it out there. Oh, they gonna put it out there. Seth, what about you? Tell us about your all-season camps and recruiting.
My off season, I went to the University of Redlands. There's, if I'm correct, about 20-something colleges there. I got to talk to a lot of coaches. For myself, I would say I did pretty decent. I prepared a little bit ahead. So I was just trying to do my best. I had advice from you, JMO, and some other college students. So like Elijah Hughes, Coach John, they helped me out with DB stuff and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, you did a lot of training going into the camp. Yeah. And you only did one camp. Why'd you only do one camp?
Well, it was the mega camp, so it was like a lot of colleges just go there. It was like 20 something.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Versus going to the one out Oregon, which is like 5, maybe 6, but it costs the same. So I would not go to the one that's bigger.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, you're going to your junior year, so this year your taste of camps. Next year you have to do a little bit more. Yeah. Jeremiah, what about you? How was your off-season recruiting and camps?
I went to the Sac State camp and the San Jose State camp. I'd say I performed over decent, but not as good as I wanted to. Mm-hmm. And I mean, my preparation, like I wouldn't say that I slacked on like preparing because Coach Victor James in here, I go to him like every other Sunday to work on like technical stuff. You know, I've been working a lot on my like footwork, mechanics during the off season. So I wouldn't say that I lacked in preparing. I think it was more of like a mental thing for me. Like I was in my head too much.
Yeah. Well, I think in the end, what you do in your underwear and t-shirts, it's cool. But basketball guys can do that. What you're doing in pads is going to speak volumes. So I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do. Coach Hughes chimes back in. He says, yeah, you have to be technically sound in those camps. He says, why? Because it's an audition for the colleges you are interested in attending. That's real talk. You got to see a camp as an audition. You don't show up at an audition and not be prepared. And well, you can, but you can't expect the job. You surely can't expect the job.
You better
tell me a little bit about you guys' all-season workouts, because I was there for your all-season workouts. I don't want, I won't share it, but tell me about your all-season workouts. Starting what was that in February? Who wants to go first?
I'll volunteer.
Go ahead.
What you would say for track and field, what you would say is hell week. I would say hell off season. Coach Moore with these sleds, the conditioning, straight outrageous. I don't care what anybody else says. He had us do, what's the max he had us do? Maybe like 30 up and backs, like hundreds, something like that. Something. I might be underestimating it. I might be lower, but still, it was just outrageous.
But what did it do for you? Was it just busy work? Did you feel it was abusive, or do you see the value in what he did?
There's two parts to that. I would definitely say abusive. Definitely say abusive. But it did. I definitely say it did help me a little bit. Suffered a little bit. I know I suffered a lot of it actually. Maybe not do that.
Sleds ain't easy. It's not for the weak.
Oh, it's not even just sledge. It's just conditioning in itself.
Conditioning. Well, hey, I mean, if you can play all 4 quarters for 10 games in the playoffs, will it be worth it?
It will.
That's
right.
It
definitely will be.
That's right.
But I would definitely say it was very mental. Very mental.
Yeah, it was more. He was attacking our mental more than our physical. Yeah, it was very rigorous, I'll say.
Yeah. All right.
But well, that's definitely gonna pay off in the season when we're not tired.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like on our team, when I saw them like complaining, they just like don't see and understand the vision. We have probably like one of the smallest varsity teams that I've seen, and most of our starters on offense start on defense, and vice versa, obviously. So what they got to understand is you got to be way more conditioned than the other teams if you want to be able to compete with them all 4 quarters, because they got people interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? Like they have 11 for offense and 11 for defense when we have about like 15 for both sides. So that's what they got to put in their mind and understand when they're doing that stuff to us. And also Coach Moore really played with our mental, because they would purposely say that somebody jumped off sides or was above the line or didn't finish through, just to see if we would uplift each other after he called us out or if we would start attacking each other. Yeah. So he was definitely
sometimes we failed, sometimes we succeeded. Sometimes we We have to body. We have to hit each other, but lift each other up at the same time, like an uppercut. You know.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's take another quick commercial break. And you know what we do with commercial breaks? We take ourselves over to the share screen and we get another highlight video. This time we have Jamison Ransburg. Here are his 23-24 season highlights.
Yeah.
Should have scored.
Definitely should have scored there.
Definitely should have scored. But I can't really talk.
Game.
No, I can't really talk because I got hogged down too. So okay.
Oh, this is one of my highlights.
I don't blame it on that.
It's a double highlight even.
Jim, will you take my highlight?
No, I think I got it first.
It's a double highlight. Watch this walk down. Get over me.
But I crashed out.
Yeah. You probably score that if I give you a good ball.
You got to get that ball out a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So jam on that bucket.
Yeah, Jameson, when I watch your highlights, I'm like, he's the king of almost scoring.
You
gotta finish these runs, man. Look at this. You gotta shake that off. You squat over 500 pounds now, so I expect you to shake that off going forward.
He did last year too. No sympathy at all.
Should have scored here.
Yeah, we know.
Wait, did you have to jump on me?
You made him look stupid.
No.
One more step.
Just one more step. I ended up in the end zone. One more step would have got me there.
We don't count almost.
Oh, it's defense now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not everybody can have highlights on both sides of the ball.
Indeed.
Ooh, came through there clean. What? I love it. That was that running back. That final week, he ran for like almost 500 some yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 520. Oh yeah, I like this one.
Oh, Jameson, this is wrong. That boy's mama is mad.
At the end of
I guarantee you.
With a bang.
All right, let's go again. Father Son Football Podcast. We have Jeremiah Charles, QB1 of Moreau Catholic. We have Jamison Ransburg. He's one of the starting wide receivers and starting safety linebacker. He does a lot for the football program over there. And Seth Evans, again, he's the co-host on the broadcast. He's starting strong safety and I guess backup running back. Yeah, backup.
All right.
You're not going to start over JB.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, JB is special. And you're not starting over Peyton either. They're both seniors.
Yeah, would have gone next year, so.
Yeah, you'll be there with Donovan. Because you still got Eric out there.
No.
All right, let's talk about Monday. First day of pads. What are you guys thinking? What you thinking?
I think it's going to be another hell season.
Yeah, I'm ready to hit. I'm ready.
First day of pads. And last year, were we in pads before school started?
Yes, we were.
This year,
so you have a red Simeon, you have a red jersey. So I don't think you're gonna get hit. So
the quarterback has to wear red. You can't hit him.
Yeah. And then
you don't want to get QB1 hurt because then QB2 has to play.
Yeah. It's all right. I'll be doing my drop backs, peeking over, watching y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just don't get hurt.
This is what I gotta do for you to give me the ball.
All right, who puts their pads on? Who would they put on? I want to hear from you guys. Who would they put on their pads? They look way doper than they really are.
Like, are you saying like their skill wise is like on a low end, but like their looks is on the high end?
Yeah, now don't answer that question. That'll get you in trouble.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to answer that
Dangerous question.
See, here's the thing, gentlemen. Here's the thing. In media, you got to know when to answer a question.
I plead the fifth.
And when not to answer a question. Just because they asked you a question does not mean you have to answer it. Don't think that because somebody put a microphone in your face and asked you a question that you have to answer the question that they asked. Don't do that.
In the video games where you answer the question, you get like plus 50 fans and minus 10 team chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
So retro ball.
I'm just saying.
For the lose coaching credits. Come on now.
Let's go to the next subject. First, we got making teammates better. How do you make your teammates better?
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Put it like this. Depending on the person, it can be kind of difficult. Because if somebody doesn't have love for themselves, they don't have love for the game, they don't have love for their teammates, it's going to be kind of hard to just lift them up. Mm-hmm. So you got to try to do something better. You got to try to make it like, you have to try to get them up, even though you know it might not work, 50-50 chance of success. But in the end, you just got to try. You just got to try to lift them up. Sometimes it's happened that you try to lift somebody up, they won't get lifted up.
Stop right there. Now, see, as I'm always concerned about this. Emotion, in my opinion, is a terrible place to play sometimes because you don't want to be you don't want to be hot and cold. You don't want to be lukewarm either. You want to stay positive. But there are athletes who are, before they're athletes, they're just people, right? Mm-hmm. How do you handle? Let me ask this question this way. Let me take this angle. How do you handle a teammate who always sees themselves negative first? How do you handle that?
You got to just uplift them on different ways, like on a personal level. That's someone where you got to talk to them on a deeper level. You got to get to know that person, even hang out with them, go out of your way to make them feel comfortable with you and gain trust with you. So when you're out there leading them on the field or whatever, they're like, oh, yeah, this dude, Jeremiah, we went and played video games the other day. We were talking about all this stuff. Me and him are good friends. I trust what he's saying is right. So I'm going to follow him in the path that he's directing me to. So I feel like that's like a good way to lead somebody who's negative with themselves.
Yeah. What about you, Ransburg? How do you handle a teammate who say they drop a pass and then they just get on themselves? They drop their head, they're clapping their hands, they're talking negative about themselves, they're beating themselves in their helmet. What do you do to that athlete? How do you handle that teammate?
Well, there's two different aspects of leading. There's knowing when to lead and there's knowing how to lead.
Okay.
You have to know who the person is. So I'll use Seth for an example. Not literally, but if I know Seth, I might have to, get on Seth in game just to fire him up, get him back in the game, get him locked in. Yeah. Or I might have to, oh, you're good, just get the next play. Let's go. Like right. There's knowing when and how.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Seth, what about you? How do you lift an athlete who, maybe they got head topped. Maybe they went to make the tackle and got ran over. It was a bad angle and they got ran over. How do you?
I'm sorry.
What just happened? Did I miss something? What? I must have missed something. How do you handle? How do you handle an athlete who is responsible for, the middle of the field and all of a sudden they put a fast running back on them and they just run right past them for an 80-yard touchdown when it was 4th and 14? And now that person they're crying. We lost the game. We're losing the game, where they came back on us because I messed up. And maybe the coaches is yelling at the athlete too, because they told them what to do and they just wasn't listening. How do you handle the athlete who feels shameful for their actions? Justifiably, people on the team in the crowd, because the crowd goes, oh, I mean, they gonna let you have it too. It's natural.
I'll put it like this. As a teammate, as a brother, as a friend, and as a mentor, you don't want to sugarcoat anything, especially on the football field. Because when you sugarcoat stuff, they're going to start thinking things are okay. They're going to start lollygagging, all that kind of stuff. They're going to start being lazy and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So if anything, you have to keep it 100. You have to keep it a buck. You have to keep it real. You might have to get in their stuff sometimes. Sometimes you might just have to be mean. You got to hold them accountable. But once you do that, you got to make sure you got to tell them the good things too that they did.
All right. That's good. That's making teammates better. So let me ask this question. How do you I'm gonna ask an Allie question. How do you guys handle comments from the stands? Do you even hear them?
I don't care.
They're not in the game. They're not
They're not playing.
They're not
putting in the
work to be doing what we're doing.
They don't know the responsibilities that are going on.
Okay.
That's why when somebody makes a weird comment, a comment that's going to try to demeanor who I am or what I did, I don't care.
Demeanor?
Or maybe I used the wrong word.
You did. Demean. Demeanor. And you did air quotes too with it. Like, you really meant that. Come on, man.
But most of the time, I don't really hear people in the stands. The only person I am able to hear is my mom screaming my name. That's it.
You can hear that.
That's the only person I hear. It's the only person I hear.
I can hear my dad. I think everybody might be able to.
Yeah, I think we know Jeremiah Bailey's dad too with that penny shaker.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, that was grandma with the cowbell.
Oh yeah, that's Jeremiah Bailey's grandmother. Yeah. Coach Hughes chimes in. He says, "Faithful are the wounds of a friend."
Got to be able to trust each other.
Yeah. So let me ask this question. Do you guys, when I was in high school, they would give us both jerseys on game day. One jersey for us to wear because that was the jersey we were wearing that day. And then we can give the other jersey to a friend, a teacher. Oftentimes these jerseys went to girlfriends, girls that wanted to, rock your jersey at school the following day. Do you guys do that?
We're not even allowed to wear our jerseys to school before the game.
Yeah, not anymore.
Oh, really? Why is that? So on game day, you guys football players are not allowed to wear their football game jersey on game day to school?
I think it was because Coach Miner said if everybody's not going to do it, then we're not going to do it because he wants us all as a team. He doesn't want 5 people to wear it and then 4 don't, because then it just doesn't look right.
Yeah, that's true.
I would agree with that.
That's true, but it was also because when we got our spirit packs, we got our tops and bottoms. We wore those with our jerseys. And some people were mad because they didn't get to be able to do that, or more so they just didn't ask.
You mean other sports?
Oh, yeah. They was hating.
So when we did it, other sports got offended because they never I would say they never thought to even ask.
Mm.
So when we did it, they got offended. Then they complained, and then we weren't able to wear anything.
Wow. They got better on E-Team sponsor.
Yeah, you guys fundraised for it. You guys made the money, right?
We're the ones doing it, so why can't we do it?
Football takes a lot of work. Football takes a lot of work. When the game is over, I'm kind of like giving my free-for-all questions here. When the game is over, you guys know it's been filmed, and you know it's going to be put up on film. From the time the game is over, how long is it before you're looking for the film?
For me, I would say it depends on how I do. I would say it depends on how I do. If it's a bad, I might hold off maybe till morning, but I'll still watch it. And I'll go over it with you, especially because I know you're going to tell me everything that I did right and I did wrong.
Oh, you know that's true.
No sugarcoat at all.
Pop's going to always give it 100.
Always 100. Always 100.
Well, it's funny. All of your fathers coach in some capacity. They know the game very well, and all of you have fathers who played the game in college. Talk about how that, because not every young man has that as an experience. Talk about what it's like to be a high school football player with an active father who knows how to coach you.
I'm just trying to be better.
J-Mo, you want to go? You want me?
Yeah, I'll go.
Go ahead.
I was a little rebellious at first, just simply because I wanted to, make my own path and do it my own way. But as I got older, I realized that he's already done it. Mm-hmm. And everything that he's telling me is to help me. So me not listening and being rebellious is only gonna hurt me, because he's already done. He already played it. He did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
So once I realized that, and I started taking advantage, watching film with him, he started giving me keys, what to watch, how to watch film, and I really saw a difference in how I was playing.
So you speak of a maturing moment. Can you walk me back to that moment where you matured and said, you know what? My dad actually knows what he's talking about. I need to kind of like start paying attention and stop this rebellion. Can you walk me back to the moment when that clicked for you? Walk us through that.
I would say it was I had two of them. My sophomore year, he was talking about watching film, and me being rebellious, I'd watch film, but I'd watch 10 minutes just to say I did it. Mm-hmm. Then he was like, well, you have to watch film with me now. So I'm like, okay. So then we start watching film in his room on his big TV. Then it just became a habit, and I was like, okay, he's really helping me. Then I went through the same thing my junior year, but it happened earlier in the season where I started watching film with him. So it was kind of my coming to Jesus moment, to where I was like, he's really trying to help me. And this off season, I've just been studying film. It's in my schedule now. Every day at 11, I watch film for 45 minutes.
Oh, that's dope. You got it in your schedule. I like that idea. I don't, we just do it random. Come in here. You playing video games. I hear him talking too much with his friends. Put that down. Come on here. Let's watch film. I just be interrupting stuff. I might have to do that and put that on the schedule. What about you, Jeremiah?
So I can get it done. So I have time to be on the game, where that's just my time later on in the day. After practice, I could just chill with my friends, be on the game. So
what's your favorite game? What's your go-to game?
NCAA.
NCAA? Basketball?
No, football. They came out with NCAA 25.
Oh, I've been hearing about that. I heard people are like really addicted to that.
I want that.
Yeah, that's me.
I think your coach Greg Morris.
Yeah, he got that.
He was like, he said, I did a bad thing. I was like, what'd you do? He says, I bought that video game.
Looks like I'm
hey, the barbecue. The barbecue.
You at the DB barbecue?
Yes, sir.
All right. What about you, Jeremiah? What's because your father played. He knows this game. You have an older brother who played. I believe your mom was like a big time college athlete. What is it like when you're done playing and you're tired and now your dad wants to give instruction like I do my son? Well, what's it like?
Honestly, I agree with J-Mo. Like at first, I definitely, like my whole life, whenever they would try to and it's as soon as you step foot in the car after the game. As soon as you step foot in the car, just all unloads on you. And then at first I would argue back and forth with them, trying to justify what I did instead of really taking in what he's telling me. But I think it was junior year. It was when I really started listening to what they were telling me and stopped trying to talk before they were finished talking. I understood, I listened to what they're saying, processed it, and then I responded. And it really started helping me because he would give me the 100% truth. So what I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, I made that pass. It was all right. He could have caught it, but, it was all right, though, it was all right. It was probably on him. He could have caught it. But no, he's going to tell me straight up, no, that's on you. You should have threw it better. That's your job. His job is to catch it, but you got to throw it better. Like it's little things like that. Like he's talking to me about my footwork, my mechanics, me not running fast enough, me not booting hard enough on this play. You're not on film enough. You're not doing this enough. You need to be getting on this. You need to be getting on that. And I feel like it's really like excelled my game and helped me. Like he's pushing me harder than anybody else is pushing me.
Look, gentlemen, that's a father's job, man. Let me tell you something. If your father was at all good in college, he will not settle for you being as good as he was. Any father who was good at all is going to push their son to be better than they ever was, even if they didn't even play the same position. I mean, it's just the way it is. Seth, what about you? Because I know you rather hide. I know
Hide.
like because like at the end of like the other day, your 7-on-7s, I was on you. You were rerouting and running away. You was rerouting yourself out the reroute. I'm like, you done rerouted yourself out the play. I was getting you, and you made the mistake. What'd you do? You walked over to me. You said, "What'd you think, Dad? How'd I do?" I said, "Oh, you."
Jeremiah was there. He was there. He was there with me.
He said,
"Oh yeah, Jeremiah was there." Jeremiah, tell the people what you said when you heard me respond to Seth.
he was looking down at the thing, getting the mics back, and he was like, "You sucked today. You sucked." I'm keeping. I was like,
do you remember what you told Seth to kind of help him get through that moment?
I was like, "Hey, my dad would have said the same thing to me."
Yep. Seth, what about it? How do you handle it?
I just push through it because I know sometimes you get on me, and sometimes I really don't want to listen. I really just want to just block it out. But I know you've been through it. You've been teaching the game for a long time. You play the game for a long time, and I know ultimately you know what you're talking about.
You know, I feel bad for you when you get to your mom and your sister because they think you were amazing. Oh, Seth, you did such a great job. They were in the car, and they're all in the car before me. You did such a great job, and they got these little pet names for you. You did such a great job, and your mom will fool around and say something like, "Honey, how do you think he did?"
Yeah, it's like almost like dry snitching, kind of.
Here's what's like. She doesn't know that's what she doesn't. She thinks that the way she thinks about it is what it was. When your mom and your sister, when they see you, I mean, you guys got friends. They're gonna say, "Oh, Jeremiah, you was dope, man. You was dope." And your dad's like, "Boy, you sucked." I mean, I appreciate them trying to be kind. I appreciate people trying to be affirming. But this is football, boy. You did not do well at all. And it's kind of, sometimes it's hard for a father to talk to his son like that because you want your son to be great. And you want your son to be successful. But you know that you can never sugarcoat and him be that way. And again, any father worth his salt that knows this game, that plays this game, if you have a son playing this game, he's got to play it at a high level or he ain't going to play it. He'd rather you be a volleyball player.
Oh, wow.
Than play football. I'm just being honest with you. If your father played football, if you're going to play football mediocre, man, you play volleyball. Go out for the baseball team. Do something like that.
Track and field.
No, track and field's for dogs. Track and field is difficult as football. I'm just saying. We got another comment here. We got Eric is crying. Eric has got to tell me what in the world is his photograph he's got represented.
I think that's an anime character.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts.
I mean, at first when I saw it, I thought
it was a girl.
At first I was like, "Oh, we got somebody from Asia," and I was like, "Wait a minute, that may be just a cartoon." And yeah, Eric, you gotta help a brother understand.
He said that's crazy.
Yeah. There you go. Is that your spirit animal or something, Eric? What is his picture?
Spirit animal.
Is that I don't want to get into that. Eric's my guy though. Eric's my guy. I know that and Eric hit somebody, they're gonna know they've been hit.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
He even hit me with a bag the other day. He said, "Come on."
Come on.
Eric hit you with a bag?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even like really the bag. He like lifted it up and I got a And I got some of his elbow. His elbow is like my forearm, and it's just kind of knocked me back a little bit.
Yeah.
But definitely when a pass come on, I don't know if it said top 2 people I'm going against first. It's got to be J1 and Eric.
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that for film. All right, pads is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That means all this talk, everything is brand. People getting popped.
No juke moves. We're not doing juke moves. Remember me and
no
you?
juke moves.
No. Remember me and you?
No juke moves.
We was both talking smack. We said wait to the pass.
I love it. Let me tell you something.
Where this bond?
Your team can never be good if y'all ain't willing to lay each other out in practice. Now, you don't do anything to hurt each other. But if you ain't willing to pop one another in practice, team ain't going to be any good.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be hugging each other. You can't do thud. You got to pop one another. Got it? In the spirit of that, Jeremiah, who are the 2 players on the team you cannot wait to hit?
He can't hit anybody.
He's going to get to hit somebody.
He can't hit anybody. He's not going to get hit.
I don't hit no.
He shouldn't.
Hey.
But regardless.
Maybe 2 players that you think want to hit you that you can't wait to show them they can't touch you.
Lance definitely wants to he doesn't have a red jersey when he's coming off the edge because I be messing with him all the time. And then Miles, maybe I need to stop trolling the defensive ends because maybe one time they might come around the corner and just forget whatever Coach Miner told them about the red jersey. So yeah, they definitely want to hit me.
Yeah, you trolling the DNs. Well, I mean, hey, if they do what they're supposed to do in practice, how many DNs you got on the schedule that are going to be able to do anything remotely close to what them 2 young men can do? If you can practice against them, you can play against everybody else. So that's going to be good. What about you, Seth? Who are the 2 players you looking forward to hitting?
Oh, I told you already. I said J-Mo and Eric.
J-Mo and Eric.
Last year,
those are the 2 biggest. Them the 2 biggest dogs on the team.
So
why are you picking them?
Because that's gonna make me better.
Yeah.
Last year I had Drew, I had Eric, and I had J-Mo. Now Drew's gone.
Drew's at University of Redlands. Shout out. Andrew Placido.
Mm-hmm. But now I got Eric. Now I have J-Mo.
So your attitude is, look, man, I'm testing my skill against the best on the team.
Mm-hmm. And I took J-Mo's skill out the bag when I suplexed the dude from Tennyson.
All right. Mm-hmm. You got to explain that more. I remember that was a tight end that that was a big dude.
Yeah, he was like double my size, pretty much.
Yeah, I remember you suplexed him over a guy. It was like you used the guy as a stepping bag. Mm-hmm. That's on your highlight.
Indeed.
Elijah Hughes chimes in. He says, I have a question. When you guys mess up on a play, like throwing a bad ball, dropping an open pass, or missing a tackle, how do you guys move on to the next play? Because football is a mental game. Ooh, that's a great question.
I'll start.
Go ahead. We'll come back to J-Mo, who he wants to hit. Go ahead and answer that.
It's something that you always say. If it's a bad play, get rid. Well, no. If it's a fast play, get rid of it.
That's not what I say.
What is it then?
Is if it's a good play,
get rid of it.
If it's a good play, get rid of it. If it's a bad play, get rid of it even faster.
Even faster.
Yep.
What about you, Jeremiah? You got something on that?
I was about to say mostly the same thing. I mean, what are you holding on to the last play for? You got to worry about the next one.
Yep. What about you, Jameson?
Well, this offseason it's been more of a struggle for me this year, just because. Well, this season has been more emotional for me, just because it's going to be my last high school season.
Yeah.
So all of my mess ups have meant a little more to me personally, but just these conversations with my dad and Coach Miner, I gotta get out of my own head and just stay in the now.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
I've been doing a better job at that more recently.
Now, can I share with you on that a little bit? Because I see your athleticism. I'm not your head coach and I'm not your dad, but I'm an uncle. I'm a claim uncle status, uncle coach.
Yeah, definitely uncle status.
I want to say this to you on air, live air. You never have to feel bad about a bad play because nobody on your team believes that that's who you are. But if you let a bad play cause you to mentally fall apart, then your teammates don't know what to do. They can't play until they know you're all right.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I noticed about you is you ever heard the thought, you're not the temperature of the team, you're the thermostat.
Yeah.
You ever heard that before?
Mm-hmm. Coach Miner tells me that all the time.
Who tells you that?
Coach Miner.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
He don't tell me that.
Because you're not. You're probably the thermometer. You're probably not. You're not that. You're the kid who,
as we started ramping up practice, I started to notice that I am definitely one of the thermostats of the team. Because when I'm
not of the team, bro. You're one of the thermostats of the overall program. Have you ever seen how JV responds to seeing you get on yourself and looking down?
Nah, I haven't paid attention.
Bro, let me tell you. For instance, in 7-on-7, the kids was watching you play, and you had a bad play, you didn't do well, and you didn't run back. You was kind of like feeling sorry for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Backflip.
I bet you they couldn't tell you the next play that took place on the field because they were so concentrating on what's wrong. If Jameson isn't okay, then how am I gonna be okay? And that's the power that you have. Sometimes you got to be able to just go to the next play, not because you're so much ready, but because it'll make the team that much more better. And then you're going to always be able to be as strong as you see the team survive. There's no mistake you will ever make in any game that's going to cost the game. Not one. There's no mistake Jameson Ransburg will ever make. I will say the same for Jeremiah and for Seth. There's no one mistake that you will ever make that will cost the team. But if you allow your emotion to cause that bad play to linger, well, the whole team is watching you. They can't play. They can't even listen to what Miner is saying. They can't listen to Coach Moore because you are such embedded in their heart that they really can't play till they know you're all right. And that's why you got to go to the next play. Because if they see you just go to the next play, guess what they believe about themselves? We can go to the next play too. That's why that type of power that you possess, that's God power, man. That's godly, what I call godly influence. You can't purchase that. You can't cause that. It just is what it is. It is a badge of honor that comes with a high degree of responsibility. And that's just who you are. Next time you start to feel bad, man, throw that away.
Mm-hmm.
Throw that away. Like an ugly chick you don't like and she's acting like she's all that. Man, you better, girl, if you don't get up on my face. Next time you have a bad treat like an ugly chick you ain't even interested. Man, girl, if you don't get up on my face. I'm just saying. I'm trying to help you out. Coach John Hughes says, to whom much is given, much is required. What is Eric doing? What is that, Eric?
Yo, bro. Eric, bro.
We're gonna have Eric on this. I don't know what is that, a fish? Is it a blue Pac-Man? What is that, Eric? I'm just saying. Eric is killing it on the comments, though. I love it. I love it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Hey, Eric's been watching for like the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Gotta get him on. He'll be on the broadcast. I know he's on I know he's one of the players on Seth's short list to get on the broadcast. All right, let's get to well, those of you who are listening, if you have any questions, go ahead and go. But we didn't get to Jameson.
Yeah.
Jameson, Monday, the popping happens. Who are the two players you are most looking forward to popping?
Seth is number one.
Absolutely.
We've been talking about this for so long.
It's been a month.
We've been talking about this for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me think about this. Who else? Because there's a few people. There's a few people.
What?
I'll say Peyton Collins. Peyton Collins.
Peyton Collins?
True.
Me and P have both gained a lot of weight this offseason.
Good weight. For those who are listening, good weight. He gained 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And
20 pounds of muscle.
And I only gained 5.
Yeah.
I only gained 5.
How much pounds in muscle did you gain?
I gained around 10. Around 10.
Nice. And what was you're the strong out of, so we have the bench, the clean, the deadlifts, and the squats, and you were the highest total of all of those combined in the program. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You were the one who started the whole yellow shirt movement. For those of you who don't know, at Monroe Catholic, we have morning lifts at 6:00 during the spring. And we're always doing at maxes. Once we do those maxes and those 4 elements, the numbers are totaled up. And kids will get a 1,200 t-shirt, a 1,000 t-shirt,
800
an 800 t-shirt, and a 600. And you don't want a 600 t-shirt because that looks bad.
Although I don't know why, but you put black, I believe it's like 600, 800. You should have had that for like 1,000.
Those aren't the school colors. Those are the school colors. You got to have the top 2 colors of school colors.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just saying. And I wasn't the one who did. I was told what to do. School colors. Charles chimes in. He says, that's the ultimate responsibility of the leaders of the team. Make sure you keep your guys focused and level-headed. You need everyone fighting the same fight. Eric chimes in. He says, I got Peyton on this. Ooh, Ransburg. He says he's taking Peyton.
What is the emoji, bro?
He's biting his nails, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that what that is? Oh, he's biting his nails?
Where you get these?
I thought it was Thanos or something.
We're going to see tomorrow.
I thought it was Thanos crying. We got a question from Emmanuel York. Emmanuel York, he says, what are your goals off the field? And how can you use football to achieve them?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this has been done on our team yet, but I want to receive an offer my junior year. So even if another college comes, whatever college is the best college that comes to me first, I'll stick with them. I want to commit going into my senior year. I already know what I'm going to do. I saw this TikTok. It was like freshman year, you was a little nervous. Sophomore year, you was a little rusty. Junior year, you started to become more used to things. And then senior year, you're more like a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm in my junior year. So I'm getting there. I'm getting to that level. Everybody, all the coaches helping me with my assignments, all that kind of stuff. My responsibilities, all that kind of stuff. You guys help me with rerouting and all that, step into them. So my senior year, my junior year now is preparation for my senior year. Because my senior year, I have to ball out.
Well, you got the right seniors in front of you to help that. So that's what's up. A lot of juniors can't do that because they don't have seniors in place to assist in that. You got some talented seniors out in front of you. What about you, Jeremiah? What are your goals off the field, and how can you use football to achieve them?
I feel like the biggest one, free college. That's the goal for off the field, and football could definitely get you there. To get that college already paid for. You know, I don't want my parents having to worry about paying for my college expenses.
Wonderful.
And me having to take out loans and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just want it to be done.
Yeah.
Good. And look, if God is giving you the athleticism to do it, why not, man? Take what the Lord has given you. Make it happen. What about you, Jameson? What are your goals off the field, and how can you use them? How can you use football to achieve them?
As Jeremiah mentioned, free college. Just getting into school free and not having to worry about finances in that aspect.
Okay.
I'll say one more thing. I want to get paid to play football. That's something I want to do. I want to make that my job. I want to make that a job.
All right. Well, then you got to get grades for that.
Absolutely.
The higher your grades, the higher the opportunity for getting paid for football.
Yep.
You cannot graduate the 12th grade and go into 13th grade.
Wow.
And I know some people aren't going to like that. You guys do know what grade 13 is, right?
That's a reclass.
No, junior college. None of you should have to go to junior college. And I'm not against junior college, but you just shouldn't have to go there. You're in a program that can take you at minimum to a Division II school. At minimum. There's no reason for you think about all the work y'all been doing. You're not doing football just a couple of months out the year. You're doing football, auxiliary stuff for football, and then you're maintaining grades. So if your grades stay above a 3.1, 3.2, and definitely if you get a 3.5, you got a 3.5 GPA, especially your last year. For you, Seth, your last 2 years, man, you're writing your ticket wherever you want to go. So you can I like the fact that you guys aren't allowing football to be the aspiration in and of itself. But even if you wanted football to be your aspiration, it's the grades that's going to make that happen. No grades, no football. Or you'll be at a lower level of football. And I'm just saying.
And have to work harder.
Not mad at JUCOs. I'm not mad at JUCOs. All I'm just saying, athletes of your caliber and level should not be going to JUCO. If you're going to a JUCO, it's because your grades are poor. There's no reason to have Division I football talent and junior middle school grades. It just doesn't make sense.
True.
Doesn't make no sense.
I would say one more thing to that. I'm not trying to diss anything, but I would definitely say we need more exposure. Like our school, like we need, like you know how we're doing this broadcast now,
right?
And we have on different platforms where anybody who just tunes in can watch from anywhere, all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
This is one step to that, but we need more. You know what I'm saying? Like we need, like for instance, we have my cousin, he plays for Arcata. They just had a whole media day and they posted it. And I think they got like 1.2 mil likes on Instagram. We need exposure. We need to get out there. So not only does it help us, it can help the kids who are coming there so they can get brought up too.
I like that. I can feel that. The more controversial. If I start asking about girlfriends, we'll go viral real quick. If I start asking you guys, you know who Hawk 2 is? I'm just saying. Questions like that.
Who's that?
I don't know. I thought it was somebody from Asia. I found out later on. I was like, I don't think I was supposed to know this. All right, here's our final piece. Teammate shout outs. Let's go. Jeremiah Charles, you go first.
All right. I was waiting for this one. The receivers, skill guys always get the praise and everything. So I want to take this one straight back to the linemen. I already shouted out Taupa and Jasper. Now I want to get, Richard Salas has gotten way faster, way quicker, more explosive. He's been working like crazy in the offseason. I saw him when we came back to Gunner for like one of the first times. I'm watching him out there. I'm like,
is that Richard?
The same dude? Like, are you kidding me? And then you got Hassan. Hassan, he's the type of guy where, what's the term? Standing on business. Like, you know what I'm saying?
On business.
He's really about it for real. Like, he's going to talk about it, and then he's going to be about it.
Right.
He's going to back it up.
And he's been putting in a lot of work just like them. And I already know he's going to have a great senior year on the offense line and defense line. And then last but not least, my center, Xavier Quay, been putting in a lot of good work during the offseason. I was texting up the receivers and DBs and had them come out to the field with us. And Xavier came out just to get snaps in with his helmet on. Came out all the way to the park, like 20 minutes away, just to snap the ball. So we had the timing down and so he got his snaps right. So that, to me, I mean, that said a lot.
That's dope. I like that. Xavier Quay. I call him Quaylicious. That's Quaylicious.
Shout out to the lineman.
All right. Teammate shout outs. Jameson.
Hassan. Hassan has been one of the people I've been pushing this summer during the conditioning, and Hassan has really embraced it. So I want to shout him out. And Jalen Arnold has been pushing me during conditioning to keep up with him because he has really good conditioning. And he's been pushing me after the play, after the conditioning is done, to keep my head up, keep my hands off my knees. And
Pause.
Jaden Bryant. Come on, bro. Jaden Bryant. JB is the fastest player that we have on the team. And I'm competitive, so he's been pushing me to keep up with him.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Yeah. You got to get on Jaden Bryant. You know he missed the state meet by what, 1/1000th of a second? Because instead of running through the tape, he looked at the LED screen. He missed it by like 3 or 4 1/1000th of a second. Because instead of running through the tape, he looked. He got to see what his time was. He PR'd.
He got to start getting that no allows lane.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right. Yeah, the no allows. He's gonna get there. I'm gonna make sure he gets down to 10-6, 10-5. All right, Seth, your final comment. No, your teammate shout outs.
You know, we always gotta shout out the guests. Shout out Jameson Ransbury. Shout out Jeremiah Charles. But in total, I would really want to shout out the whole Moreau football program. I would definitely say everybody's been putting in that work. I'm not sure about JVs I don't think JVs have been with Coach Moore, so I don't know if they can really speak on that. I mean, you know, they're still putting in that work. Everybody's putting in the work, so I just gotta shout out everybody on the team.
All right, your final comment, Seth.
Thank you everybody for tuning in on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or anything. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to the people who are making comments. And yeah.
All right, Jameson, final comment.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me on.
No problem.
All right, let's go, Jeremiah Charles.
Yeah, first, thank you guys for having me on here. You know, it was fun. And appreciate all you guys for tuning in, commenting, all that stuff. Appreciate it.
All right, well, I'll tell y'all, you know, like I always say, we're going to get these young men ready for life. They're already doing what they got to do on the football field, which is the hardest sport to play. Least we can do is provide them opportunities and avenues to express themselves clearly. Because in the end, they not the players of tomorrow. They the players of right now. All right, y'all. We out. Father, Son, Football Podcast. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Jameson.
Thank you.
You gotta get that last comment for Eric.
No, I sold out to the I took chance after chance after chance. I'm on time. Treat them just like an app. Nigga same section, one specific black. 9900 mile for the bar. Oh, why my chicken new toe? I can never ever fall. So for the go. Had a sticky situation, but the Lord is my hope. 20 big hoes, and my soul not for soul. I was out and I go. I just stay with the flow. $50,000 gonna put me for show. I do it. Confidential when I'm dealing with snakes. I do what it takes. I'm a condo with a big of his case. I do what it takes.